Hey guys, this is Ritik Jaiswal. Today I'll be showing you the installation process of Hive. To install Hive, you need to have two softwares in your system installed, that is Java and Hadoop. So as you can see, I have installed both Java and Hadoop, and the Hadoop version which I am using is 3.2.1. The installation process which I will be showing you today is one of the most simple and easiest method to install Hive. So before jumping into the installation process, we should start the Hadoop servers with the command start all.sh. So while it is starting, I'll show you the documentation which I have prepared for installing Hive. So to begin with the installation process, we have to download the Hive from the Apache servers through this command. So yeah, I won't download it because I have already downloaded it in my system. You can use this command to just download it. So as you can see that I have already downloaded it in my system. So let's get further. So we need to extract this tar file into our system through this command tar -x-zf. So it will extract all the tar file to our system. So as you can see that it is been extracted here. So next we need to configure Hive through the bash rc file present in our system. So here in the nano editor, we just need to add these two lines at the last of the file. So here you need to be careful that this /home/Hadoop is the username that I am using over here, the username in the system which is running it. So just be careful there. So just press enter. Next we need to move to the Hadoop folder where we have installed Hadoop. So here this will be common for everyone, but this will be variable to different systems because it depends on where you have installed Hadoop. So yeah, we'll just go into it and we'll go into the core site.xml file to configure our Hive system. So as you can see, the configuration, there is no configuration over here. We'll add all this following configuration to it. Okay, we'll just save it and yeah. Next we need to make directories in the HDFS file system. So first you need to make the temporary directory. Oops, by mistake I just copied this configuration. Okay. Yeah. in my system there exists the hdfs/temp folder because I have used Hadoop. While installing Hadoop, I have used this temp folder. So it is available here. So, but for you it will be necessary. Yeah. So this will make a Hive folder in our system. So you can see this graphically also. You can go to the localhost 9870. Here you can browse to the file system. Here you will see that temp folder is created and inside user Hive and warehouse is created as a directory. So yeah. Next, we need to give write permission to both the directories. So again I have to copy this. Yeah. So now we have to initialize the Derby database which the Hive uses as a default. For that we need to move to the Hive path. But there is one problem over here. We can't just directly start the database because there is one compatibility issue with Hadoop right now. That is the Guava file which is present in Hive. It is not compatible with Hadoop right now. So we will just remove the Guava file and add the Guava file that is available in Hadoop. Yeah, it's copied. Now we just need to initialize the database. Yeah, as you can see the database is initialized. So yeah, you just need to write Hive over here and yeah, you can see that the Hive is initialized and it will come. Yeah, now you can write show databases. I don't have a database, so it won't show any database right now. So that's it. So now that we are done with the installation process, so just take a look at the quick theory of Hive. Then we will move on to the queries. So what is Hive? Hive is an open source data warehouse system built on top of Hadoop. So why was it necessary to build Hive? It was necessary because the MapReduce programs that we wrote in Hadoop were really complex, and by using Hive you can do this in just few lines of codes, and that doesn't require you to be a programmer. It just requires you to know SQL. It is more or like just like SQL. So initially Hive was built by Facebook to overcome the complex behavior of MapReduce. Later on, the Facebook Foundation transferred this to Apache Software Foundation, and they developed it under the name of Apache Hive. So what is the features of Hive? It stores schema in a database and process data in HDFS. It provides SQL type language for querying called HiveQL. It is similar like SQL only. You don't have to worry about that. So Hive is scalable, familiar and extensible in nature, just as the Hadoop framework. So what is the architecture of Hive? So it starts with the user interface. So a user inputs a value and then it goes to the metastore, which is the database, and then it goes to the Hive QL processing engine. Then the Hive QL processing engine works on the HDFS or edge-based data storage to get the data from the HDFS folder, and it works on the MapReduce job that is given to it. So how does Hive work? So here you can see that it is an interface, the web interface or mobile interface, whatever it is. It gets a query from the interface. The driver then makes a plan and give it to the compiler. The compiler gets the metadata from the metastore. Then the metastore sends back the data to the compiler, and the compiler sends back the plan to the driver. Then the driver sends the executable plan to the execution engine. What you see here, the execution engine is same as what you see here, the execution engine. Then the execution engine sends the job to the HDFS and edge-based systems. Then it receives the results from it, and then it sends the result to the driver, and then the driver sends the result back to the interface. So you can see all the steps over here. So now coming back to the commands and queries. So it has DDL commands. So what are the DDL commands over here? It's data definition language. So we are creating 7 types of DDL commands over here. So yeah, for create you can use database, table in database and table. Show is database and table. You can go through all of this. So let's see the create database syntax. So create database is just like what we have seen in SQL. So just you have to write create database, and if you write if not exist, then it will create the database if it doesn't exist, and it won't occur any error if it exists. So as you can see, the create database syntax is over here. So you can also add the comments and the location. If you want to change the location, then you can add the location over here, and you can also add the DB properties. By the way, if you want to know what is the default location is that Hive warehouse folder which we created while installing. So next is the create table syntax. So create table, it is similar to SQL only. So now you can see that create table, if not exist, then this is the table name, then these are the attributes, employee ID, string. Then you can also write the comments over here. Yeah, so employee name, employee designation, all of this is over here. Then after that you write row format delimited. It means that we are telling the Hive that when it finds a new line character, that means a new record, and the file terminated by commas. So yeah, every section of the property of the table will take the specific data from before the commas. I'll show you in the examples. Next is the truncate table. It does somewhat similar to the SQL queries, like it removes all the rows from the table or partition, that is over here, that like if comp emp is the table name, that will remove all the rows from the table. Next is the drop table. Drop table, as you know, that it will drop the whole table altogether, and if you write purge, then the data is completely lost. If you won't write purge, then it is moved to the trash or the current directory. So next are the DML commands. So how do you work with the database with Hive? you see over here, just load command, it just loads the file whatever you write over, like see in path file name, whatever you write the file path, it will get stored into the table. Next is the select command. In select you see that all the attributes and values of the table name mentioned over here. Insert command is a job that the MapReduce job gets, and it will insert a single value or multiple values. As you can see, there are multiple values over here, and it can insert all together to the table. Delete command is to delete all the values from the table as it is, and you can mention where also, like you want to specifically delete any row or column, then you can do it. Then next is the update command, and you need to set a value which is not before it was. So like here, see, Joseph is the student name, and his roll number is 103. Here it is CS, the student branch, but now we have changed it to IT, so it will change. Next is the HiveQL joins. So HiveQL joins is basically when you want to join two tables and get a result from both the tables into a single output. So what we do over here is, there are four types of joins: inner join, full join, left join and right join. As you can see, the inner joins are when both the tables got the same type of data in it, then it will be an inner join. Left join means I don't take into consideration the right table, but just all the data from the left table will be given over here. And right join means the data from the right table and the intersection of both left and right will be given. Full join means both the values of both the table will be given. So next is join examples. So yeah, you can see there are two tables here, customer and orders. So here you can see the customer ID, and here is the customer ID for this. So it is the primary key for customers, and orders ID is the primary key for orders, and this is the foreign key which links both the tables. So you can see the inner join query. We just write that select c.id. What is C? C is the abbreviation of customers. C.id, c.name, c.age, o.amount, and just we get from customers join orders on. This is the condition in which the join will occur. So as you can see over here, c.id and o.customer ID we have written. So we get the result as it is. Left outer join is this query in which we get all the queries from the left outer join. We get the customers, all the customers' name, and with the intersection of the orders. So as you can see, the amount and date is not available because it is not available in the customers table. So next is the right outer join. Now we get all the details from the orders and the customers and the intersection of the customer on the same thing, c.id and o.customer ID. And full outer join, you can see all the table, all the data into it, and some has null because we don't have the amount and date for the customers table. So now we get to know the databases supported by Hive. There are 5 databases. The initial one I told you, that is Derby. You can change this to MySQL, MS SQL servers, Oracle or Postgres. So what are the limitations of Hive? We cannot perform real-time queries because it takes too much time to retrieve the queries. I will show you in a minute. Moreover, for interactive data browsing, Hive offers acceptable latency, but it is not available for it won't give a good user interface for online transaction processing and all. So thank you. I'll show the queries in the next section. We need to make sure that our Hadoop servers are working. So I have already started by Hadoop with start all.sh. Now I just need to write Hive. It will start Hive. And now the basic queries, that is show databases, I'll write. I don't have any database right now, that is default, that is by default only. So we need to create one database. Create database. If not exists, database name will be company. It will create a database, so you can see that. So database, yeah, you can see. Now we have to use that database. Okay, sorry, that is a spelling mistake. Again, yeah. Now we have to create the table. So I have made 2 text files and I have put the data into it. Like here I have created the employee text file and the department text file. So yeah, first we have to create the table first. That is create table employee. You can also write if not exists. Then ID int credit and the data type of ID, then name, gender, with character, data type, then age, name, salary, and then the number. That's it. Then we have to write that row format delimited field terminated by yeah, I'll show you that every field is separate from each other by this comma. So you can see in the text file. So there is an error. So yeah, I have missed that S in the field, so that's why the error happened. Now I'll write the department table. So yeah, I have written this and it has been created. You can see this by show tables. Yeah, there are 2 tables over here. So now I will put the data into the files. So yeah, by mistake I went out of the Hive. Now I have again initialized the database and then I just put the data into the employee file. You can see this by select star employee. From yeah, as you can see, all the employee details are available here. So yeah, next you have to load the data for department also. Yeah, now we'll see some queries in this two tables. Like if you want to know the details of the person with who are less than 30 years, then you can select e-name, comma, EID, comma, salary from employee where age is less than 30. Sorry, it is not EID, it is ID only. Bad. Yeah, here you can see that the details are displayed. More you can see on it, like you just want the names of the first three or the specific three ones with the EID. Select, you can write e-name, comma, D number, comma, email from employee where ID in 1, 5, 7. So yeah, you can see all this over here. So these are some basic commands, and you can try those SQL commands also here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.